this menopause moment, and you know, the reason I got into exercise is because I wanted to be preventive. Back when I was young, in my 30s, I wanted to be the best health that I could be as I got older. I knew I wasn't going to be 30 all my life. I could look at my parents and their health was kind of declining a little bit at a time. And I've always think, tell me what I can do now. Don't tell me once I get the disease, and then tell me, oh, you should have been doing this 10 years ago. And I remember someone telling me that if you want to prevent osteoporosis, start now. And I had a trainer that was above her time. And we started working with weights. 5-pound weights was what we started with. And then we progressed after that. And she was always, stand up now, stand tall now in your youth. Don't wait till you get old to do it, because it's going to be really hard to change those kind of habits. So my whole thing was, how do you prevent osteoporosis? And as you know, going through menopause, that's a huge concern for some people, especially me. It runs in my family, my dad had it, and I want to prevent it. So I started in my 30s, started lifting weights. I'm Beverly with Bodyxcellence, and I'm going to show you how I teach my clients when I come in. You stand against the wall, and it's a great way to see where you're at for fractures. You put your heels against the wall, your sacrum, your thoracic, shoulders are coming back, okay, and your head. You're trying to get that head against the wall, shoulders, head, and then I test the curvature of the low back. You don't want your arm to go all the way through. You want it to stop, so you want some curvature. And again, also at the neck. So how many fingers can you get through at the neck? If you're here and you cannot get your head against the wall, measure that. Are you 1 finger? Are you 2 fingers away from the wall? You know, take a pic, take a test and see where you're at. That head should be against the wall. Why is this important? It's going to prevent fractures. Because every inch that your head is away from perfectness, which is head on top, the spinal column, is 10 pounds of pressure on the lower lumbar. So every inch forward, that's huge. And you don't want to go there, because what's going to happen is gravity's going to pull you forward, right? So then I come here, test that, then I'll test to see can the elbows go against the wall? Keeping the shoulders, keeping the curvature the same. You don't want to change anything. Just because you move your arms, you should be stable for your spine. So you want to be able to get those arms up. If you can't, you work on the head first, then you add the arms. You're trying to get your elbows as high as your shoulders, and then you go up from there. And you're bracing the whole time. You know, I'm huge on bracing. Pull in, zip up, get those hips underneath you, squeeze your credit card, that came from my trainer as well, and hold this. Hold this. If you can hold this for a minute throughout the course of the day, do it. If you've been sitting a lot, you're working on the computer, get up against the wall for a minute and just hold it. You'd be surprised how you got to pull those shoulders back. Now, how do you want to train that is get those shoulders to go range of motion. So let's take a tubing. Now this is not a real heavy tubing. I choke it up a little bit, and I started here, the arm straight out, okay? Now I've gotten more range of motion. The more I've done this, I can bring those arms in a little bit. I will probably never get them here because I'm going to take those arms back. You'll never get them parallel, hands on top of the shoulders. There's got to be some outward rotation there. So what you're going to do, stand nice and tall, shoulders are down, heart's proud, chin is tucked. I think I've got the wall behind me. I'm going to take those arms out, behind me, palms go up. Down in front, palms are down. Behind, palms go up, and I'm squeezing my shoulder blades and down. Let's do it one more. I'm going to turn around then. I'm going to show you what the back is doing. And down. So I'm going to turn around, same thing. Palms go up, squeeze the shoulder blades and hold it. Squeeze my credit card, right? And think of good posture, standing nice and tall. Always trying to lift upward. You know, in Pilates, they're always talking about extending and reaching up to the spine. You always want to lift up, and when you want to do that. And a great way to do that is just constantly, when you stand up, think of standing tall, zip everything up, brace, stand against the wall for a minute several times throughout the day. maybe 5, 6 times. There's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. That's easy. Doesn't take anything. If you're at work, go to the bathroom. Stand against the stall. When I was working full time, I would go to the bathroom and just stand in the stall for 1 minute. Push my shoulders back. Get my chin back. It really helped to alleviate any pain and discomfort that I had in my low back from sitting and being hunched over and then driving back home for another 40 minutes to an hour. If you have any questions whatsoever, please reach out to me. And again, I'm Beverly Bodyxcellence, and stand tall.